In a world where once-loved office chairs gather dust and ties become relics, an exodus from the 9-to-5 grind is underfoot. Amidst the chuckles and the eyebrow-raising resignation letters, the question persists: why is everyone packing up their cubicles? It's a mass exodus of epic proportions, but with wry smiles rather than fear. Delve into this enigmatic phenomenon as we unravel the real reasons why everyone is quitting their jobs. 1. Desire for better work-life balance. Have you ever felt like your job was swallowing up your life? Like every morning you wake up, reach for that cup of joe, and know it will be a long, grueling day? You're not alone. Many people quit their jobs, not because they won the lottery or suddenly became Instagram influencers. One of the fundamental reasons, believe it or not, is the quest for a better work-life balance.
Their workload is too heavy. Burnout is a real thing. According to a study by Deloitte, 77% of employees have experienced burnout.
Let's be honest, work is essential. It pays the bills and all that jazz. But who says you can't have your cake and eat it too? More and more people are demanding a balance. They're craving quality time with family, binge-watching their favorite shows, or catching up on well-deserved sleep. Work is no longer the be-all and end-all of life. In a delightful twist of facts from a 2022 study by Flex Jobs, cited in an article by Clockify, an overwhelming 87% of participants broke into a collective dance of joy, reporting that their work-life balance saw an uptick. This joyful somersault was due to embracing a flexible work model, the enticing tango of remote and hybrid working styles. Moreover, Flex Jobs decided to channel their inner Sherlock Holmes, diving deep into the work-life balance mystery. Their findings? A riveting 67% of the surveyed population declared that the quest for work-life balance was their prime motivation for seeking flexible roles. It appears we have a real epidemic of balance seekers, don't we? But the plot thickens. It's not just about slipping into pajamas for that Zoom meeting or finding time to take your goldfish for a walk. The real undercurrent of this change points towards a deeper narrative: the importance of mental well-being, the reduction of stress, and the quest for overall happiness. Quite the gripping saga, isn't it? Just imagine that you're not rushing to beat the traffic on Monday morning. You're sipping your coffee and reading a book. Or you're playing catch with your kids without constantly glancing at your watch. It sounds like a dream, doesn't it? Well, this is the dream that's driving people to say goodbye to their demanding jobs. A report by Gitnix also revealed that 72% of industrious souls find a work-life balance to be a paramount consideration in the quest for the perfect job. So, while you're still wondering why everyone is quitting their jobs, one reason is that they are tired of the rat race.
Hurry kills joy and gratitude. You think about it, what are we seeking when we are in a constant state of hurry? If it's around your career, then you're trying to get more money, more status, more power, more security. We're seeking after something that we do not have, or we don't believe that we have.
They want a life outside of work that's just as fulfilling, if not more. Remember, all work and no play didn't end well for Jack in The Shining, did it? People keep quitting their jobs as they want more from life than just a paycheck. They want time to laugh, to love, to live. After all, isn't that what life is all about? So, if you feel stuck on a hamster wheel, it's time for a change. You might find a better work-life balance is the ticket to a happier, healthier you. 2. Lack of career advancement opportunities. This situation is quite prevalent. Think about it. You join a company with dreams in your eyes, ready to climb the corporate ladder. But then you realize the ladder's missing a few steps. Or maybe it doesn't lead anywhere. Sounds frustrating, doesn't it? That's what a lot of employees are feeling today. Imagine being stuck in the same role for years, doing the same thing day in and day out. There's only so much solitaire you can play on your computer before you start thinking, is this it? Is this all my career has to offer? As much as you love being the reigning champ of office chair races, you might want a little more out of your career, right? Now, don't get me wrong, stability is excellent, but can feel like stagnation with no room for growth. Like being stuck in a traffic jam, But there's no honking or road rage, just a ton of boredom and a severe lack of espresso. Research shows that 76% of employees are looking for career growth opportunities, according to a blog post by Clearco. It's not just about the money, it's also about personal growth, about being challenged, about learning new skills and expanding your horizons. Who wouldn't want that?
I've seen those ping pong champions, they're like 20 feet back from the table and they're just slamming it back and forth. They said what they do is they find their strengths and they develop their strengths so much that their weaknesses disappear. That, to me, that's personal development. It's finding my strength.
Employees need more than a paycheck to feel fulfilled. They want challenges, learning opportunities, a chance to lead, and a clear path upwards. It gives a sense of purpose and progression. That's why career advancement is so critical. Without it, it's like being on a treadmill. You're running, sweating, maybe even gasping for breath, but you're not actually going anywhere. And then one day, you wake up and you're like, you know what? I'm going to quit running in place and move forward. So, companies, if you're listening, take note. The era of a job's a job is over. It's time to step up the game, create opportunities, and show employees there's more to work than just 9 to 5 in the same old desk. As they say, change is the only constant. Wouldn't it be nice if that change involved a shiny new title and a couple more zeros on your paycheck? 3. Insufficient compensation. You've been working your tail off, meeting all your targets, even that tricky one they said was impossible. Your desk is tidy, your inbox is zero, and you've been the ultimate team player. Wouldn't you expect a decent paycheck for all that effort? But here's the plot twist. It's peanuts. Inflation's rising, yet your salary seems to be on a diet. Sounds familiar, huh? A not so popular saying goes, if your paycheck can't meet your needs, it's time to pack your needs and leave. This statement is probably trying to be catchy, but isn't that the truth? When the cost of living rises faster than Usain Bolt on a sprint, but your salary isn't, that's bound to sting. Remember the good old times when a salary used to mean security? Those were the days. Now, with stagnant wages, you'd probably have better luck finding a unicorn. No wonder folks are quitting. Why stick around when your paycheck can't even cover the essentials? According to a post by BND, a Pew Research Center study showed that many people who quit did so because they felt underpaid.
You're just saying, I'm having a conversation here because I'm on the low range and I want to make more. I want to grow. And I'm really thrilled. I love my job. Like, I'm thrilled. It's just I got more responsibility. I didn't get increased pay.
A blog post by BetterUp also revealed that the Society for Human Resource Management reported that 63% of U.S. employees stated that benefits and compensation are paramount. Now that's a whopping number, isn't it? If that doesn't scream, we need better pay, I don't know what does. I'm not saying money is everything, but you can't pay with sunshine and rainbows when the rent is due and the fridge is empty. Everyone deserves fair pay for their work. The door is always open when that doesn't happen. 4. Toxic workplace culture. We've all had those days at work, haven't we? The coffee machine is broken, the printer's jammed, and your boss just decided to dump a month's worth of work on you on a Friday afternoon. But hey, it's not always about the broken coffee machines or the manic Mondays. Sometimes it's about something more profound, like a toxic work culture as welcoming as a porcupine at a balloon party. Remember that boss who thought 8 p.m. emails were a fantastic idea? Or that coworker who treated the office kitchen like their personal science experiment? Those are signs of a toxic workplace culture, and it's making folks run for the hills, or in this case, the nearest job portal. Imagine this, you're at a job where your contributions are as valued as a fruitcake at a dessert buffet. Your boss treats you like their personal Siri, and every day feels like you're an extra in the sequel to Office Space. How long before you'd want to quit? For most people, the answer is yesterday. Nearly half of all U.S. workers have thought about leaving their job.
Most companies publish core values, and you can usually see the core value statements written out and usually prominently displayed somewhere in the office or in your company literature, maybe even on the website. But if you go into a workplace setting and the core values are not being reflected by the leadership team, that's a sign that something's not right.
And the number one reason? You guessed it. Not low pay, but the toxic culture. We're talking about microaggressions, lack of recognition, and more. It's the equivalent of a workplace horror story. According to a post by Gallup, Lack of recognition is one of the primary reasons employees would always leave a company. In a nutshell, people are fed up with working in stressful environments that don't respect their personal lives or value their contributions. And hey, they're totally justified. After all, as our good friend Dolly Parton said, we should be working 9 to 5, not 5 to 9. Alright, she didn't exactly say that, but I'm sure she'd agree with the sentiment. So, next time you're wondering why everyone's quitting their jobs, remember, it's not them, it's the toxic culture. It's time to pull up our socks and address this issue. Or we might all find ourselves in an endless game of musical chairs. And who has the energy for that? 5. Pursuit of remote or flexible working options. In the last few years, work from home or remote working has become the holy grail for many of us. You might have noticed your social media feed filled with pictures of friends and acquaintances working from beautiful beaches or cozy cafes, and you can't help but feel a twinge of envy. Yeah, I see you there. According to a recent study, more than 65% of employees want to work remotely full-time post-pandemic, and 33% want a hybrid workplace with a mix of office and home working. That's an eye-popping number, right? Clearly, the traditional 9 to 5 office grind isn't cutting it anymore. So, why this massive shift? Aren't office spaces cool with their ergonomic chairs and unlimited coffee? First, who doesn't love working in their PJs with their favorite cup of coffee, no commute, and the freedom to manage their own schedule? Doesn't that sound like a dream? Secondly, flexible working gives people a better work-life balance. You have time for yourself, your family, and your hobbies. You can live your life and not just work through it. Also, who can ignore the cost-saving bit? No commute means more money saved and less time spent in traffic. We can all appreciate fewer honking horns in our lives. Thirdly, for employers, allowing remote work is a great way to attract and retain talent. I mean, it's as clear as day, isn't it? If employees are happier, they'll stick around and productivity increases. It's a win-win for everyone. I'm not saying that remote or flexible work is all sunshine and rainbows. There are challenges too, but it's becoming increasingly clear that the benefits far outweigh the challenges. In essence, the pursuit of remote or flexible working options isn't just a fleeting trend. It's a wave that's changing the world of work as we know it, and if you ask me, it's about time. If you're among the many people contemplating quitting your job for a remote or flexible work option, research, understand the pros and cons, and make an informed decision. After all, it's about creating a work life that works for you. And if you've already taken the plunge, kudos to you. Welcome to the future of work. So what do you think about this shift? Are you considering remote work? You may have already quit your job and have some advice to share. Or perhaps you love the traditional office setup. Hey, no judgment here. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Also, remember to like this video if you found it insightful. Sharing is caring, so feel free to share it with anyone. And do subscribe for more such content. We've got a lot more exciting stuff coming up in the following video showing up now.